back with that East Coast flavor. 1994. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Short Fuse here, and today I'm going to be showing you Athena's advanced combo techniques for the King of Fighters 13. Before we begin, let me make some clarifications. This is not exactly a combo video. In this video, I'll be discussing techniques that were now present in the in-game trials. Learning these techniques is essential to fully master Athena, and after you're done, you'll be able to come up with super complex combos of your own, as well as being able to replicate any combo you see online on the fly, because you understand exactly what the person did and how they did it. Now, before we begin, I'm going to assume that you have already completed all of Athena's trials. It's not mandatory, but I would strongly recommend it. If you're having any problems with those, you can check out my Athena trial tutorial by clicking right here. Now, I arranged all of these techniques in order, so I suggest you start from the beginning, because the techniques learned in one trial will be needed in the next one. Also, here's another little trick to speed up the learning process and make it less frustrating. Instead of doing these in practice mode, do them in the KoF 13 trial mode. So let's say, for example, you're working on a technique that requires you to be mid-screen. Just go to Athena trial 8. So that every time you screw up, you just push the select button and you'll find yourself mid-screen while standing right next to the opponent. If you're working on a technique that requires you to have your opponent with his back against the wall, then do it in trial 7. Alright, well, let's begin. Let's start with something easy. If timed right, Athena can keep the opponent trapped in a corner juggle for an uncomfortable amount of time. It's a cheap and boring combo, but it does not require you to go into HD mode. So, in the corner, after any setup that catches the dummy in the air with an X cycle ball, time it right, and you can keep juggling with X cycle balls up to 5 times. And then take a pretty long pause and fire a light cycle ball and then another one. And then you can finish with a light dragon punch or reset. Alternatively, you can do 4 X cycle balls instead of 5 and finish with a dragon punch crystal bit cancel at the end. So that's a total of 7 or 6 cycle ball juggles. It's not going to win any creativity awards, but it's interesting to see that the game engine would allow such a weird setup. Technique 2, X cycle ball double ricochet. I'm sure you have noticed that sometimes when you cancel a dragon punch into X cycle ball, the opponent will bounce off of it twice instead of just once. Now, why exactly is that? It all depends on how quick you were to input the quarter circle backwards punch motion. If you do it fast enough, the dummy's gonna hit the edge of the X cycle ball on its way down, which will bounce him away from you, and you're gonna get the double ricochet. Now, this can be done by doing a regular dragon punch forward down forward punch followed by a quarter circle backwards punch. However, there's a much better way of doing it that'll bring you much more consistent results. It might appear harder, but once you get familiar with the motion, it'll be a breeze because the inputs are more circular and fluid. It just flows better. You always want to go for circular motions instead of diagonal cuts in opposite directions. So, forward, down, back to forward plus heavy punch, half circle backwards X punch. It's all one smooth fluid motion. However, it requires you to be familiar with the range and boundaries of the stick and know when each micro switch gets activated. Otherwise, you might run into problems such as accidentally activating her half circle backwards super. Another thing to keep in mind here, the speed with which you do the dragon punch is not important. You can do it as slowly as you wish. The only thing that matters is the half circle backwards X punch, which needs to be quick. So conserve your energy on the dragon punch so that you can use all your quickness on the half circle backwards X punch. The double ricochet opens up a whole new world of possibilities, because while the opponent's busy bouncing off of the cycle ball, you can initiate a dash or teleport and get ready for the follow-ups, as well as offering you a lot of options for resets,
cross-unders, cross-ups, and all-around hard-to-predict mind games. Also, make sure you master this technique because you will need it to do Athena's most sought-after trick, the vertical peachy glitch combo. Alright, psychic throw walk. Another one of Athena's loops where she can keep the opponent locked in a combo by canceling the dragon punch into a psychic throw. The reason I'm showing you these seemingly boring and repetitive loops is not so that you can do them in a match, but so that you get familiar with all the techniques at her disposal and mix and match them together on your own. So this is how to do this. Instead of doing a regular dragon punch, we're gonna do a forward, back, half circle forward dragon punch. So, forward, back, down, down, forward plus punch, forward plus punch. If timed right, you can make Athena travel forward until your meter expires. This technique is very versatile. You can combo into it from almost anything, as well as continue the combo from it any way you see fit. There's an alternative way to do this, where instead of going forward, back, down, forward plus punch, and then forward plus punch, you can go forward, down, forward plus punch, keep holding punch, and then go to forward. Another very useful trick is a technique that lets you switch sides. So if, for example, you back into a corner, you can completely reverse the situation. For this to work, you're gonna have to be in HD mode and do the light dragon punch, light psychic throw cancel. Now on one of the last frames possible, do a light dragon punch canceled into half circle backwards punch. Because of the forward part of the forward down forward part of the dragon punch, your positions will become sorta ambiguous. And now doing a half circle backwards punch motion will result in a side switch. So if you catch him on his way down with a light dragon punch canceled into X cycle ball, the game will read it as a dragon punch X psychic throw cancel in the opposite direction, putting you in the ideal state for an unexpected reset. Very, very useful combo. Cycle ball triple ricochet setups. Setup 1. This technique is the same as the double ricochet I showed you before, but thanks to the setup, it will give us a different result. Our goal is to make the opponent bounce off of the cycle ball not once, not twice, but 3 times. So this is the setup. Do a psychic throw dragon punch cancel and catch the opponent with a dragon punch X cycle ball cancel. Now remember the technique. Forward plus punch, quickly canceled into half circle backwards X punch. If done correctly, you'll get the triple ricochet. Alternative dragon punch teleport cycle ball cancel. This is a very useful technique for mid-screen situations where if you would combo into dragon punch teleport, you wouldn't get the right distance for the follow-up. First, let's go into HD mode. And on a side note, when I say something has to be done in HD, it doesn't necessarily mean that it only works in HD. But given how much meter some of these techniques consume, it only makes sense to do them while in HD. Okay, so heavy dragon punch canceled into X teleport. Same as the regular dragon punch teleport cancel. Forward, down forward plus punch, forward X kick. And as soon as Athena starts the X teleport, do a quarter circle backwards X punch. This will cancel the teleport into X cycle ball and stop her from traveling too far away. And now you're in a very favorable position. You're standing right in front of the opponent who's suspended in the air thanks to the X cycle ball. And from here, you can pretty much continue the combo any way you want. Or you can just repeat the process until you run out of meter. I think it looks pretty cool because there's a lot of flash, noise, and particle effects flying around. Now remember, Even though Athena is technically on the opponent's backside, you still do the quarter circle backwards X punch relative to your initial position. It's always quarter circle forward X kick, quarter circle backwards X punch. This can also be comboed into. Example. Cycle ball triple ricochet setups. Setup 2. This is the second setup for the triple ricochet, and it's based off of the previous technique. In HD mode, we're gonna go heavy dragon punch cancelled into X teleport, cancelled into quarter circle backwards X punch. Make sure you do the quarter circle backwards X punch as late as the game will allow you to. We want the opponent to stay locked in the X cycle ball as low to the ground as possible. Now wait for the opponent to get bounced in place 3 times, and then do the heavy dragon punch cancelled into X cycle ball, the double ricochet technique. So forward, down, forward plus punch, quickly cancelled into half circle backwards X punch. If done correctly, the dummy will get the triple ricochet treatment. As always, this can be comboed into. Example. PEECHY+HD activation. This is just a side note, but Athena can go into HD mode through her forward light kick attack at any time. It only works for the airborne version though. It won't work if you do the forward light kick on the ground. Anyways, this is extremely useful because it allows you to commit to HD mode with complete certainty after a psychic throw. As long as you learn the timing, there's absolutely nothing that can mess this up since the opponent is airborne and completely at your mercy. After the psychic throw, you're going to want to do a hop forwards or vertically if the opponent's in the corner and press forward plus HD. Ideally, you should follow it up with a quarter circle backwards heavy kick, and once you're on the ground, you can pretty much do anything you want. You can also just hold up forward while the animation of the psychic throw is still active so that Athena will jump as soon as the game allows her to. However, this will result in a jump, not a hop, so you have to be very quick when inputting the forward plus HD as soon as you see her leave the ground. I'm just briefly gonna cover Athena's cross-up plus massive hit confirmed setup. Athena's very cross-up friendly, so to speak. You cross up with the light kick, and after that you can go for 3 crouch and light kicks to make sure the opponent's locked in a combo before committing to the HD mode with down plus HD. So, learn the right distance and timing for the cross up. After that, hold down and keep holding it for light kick, light kick, light kick, very slight pause, HD activation while still holding down. Even though sometimes it might look as if the down plus HD will whiff, because the 3 light kicks push the opponent pretty far away, don't worry. The down plus HD has a lot of reach and it will almost always connect. After that, you can go with a forward light kick or dragon punch cancel into teleport, dragon punch cancel into cycle ball, you name it. Vertical Peachy glitch combo. Okay, this technique is one of those things that can be frustrating at first, but once you manage to do it correctly once or twice and feel firsthand how to make it work, it'll be a piece of cake. So what's happening here is this. Athena is jumping from an ambiguous position, so the game engine is unsure of what exactly is going on. The inputs are perceived as if you're on the dummy's right side when in fact you're on his left. So instead of the opponent being flinged away from you like with the regular Peachy, it gets flinged toward you. And since Athena can theoretically do as many peaches as she wants while suspended in air, this allows you to trap them in a loop that can be done up to 6 times in a row. And here's how it's done. There's 2 ways of doing it, and we're going to start with the training wheels version, which is much easier to do and will give you a basic understanding of what exactly is happening before moving on to the original version. First, we're going to do a heavy dragon punch quickly canceled into quarter circle backwards X punch. This is why I said the previous technique needs to become second nature. You need a double ricochet, otherwise it won't work. You can tell if you cancel the dragon punch into psycho ball fast enough by looking at the opponent's position relative to the psycho ball. If it's dead center, you did it too slow. If it's on the edge, you did it fast enough. Now, as soon as the psycho ball makes contact, hold forward so that Athena will start walking as soon as the game will let her, until you see Athena facing the opposite side, and then you hop. It all happens extremely fast, so you might not be able to catch the exact moment when she turns around. So for now, forget the hop and just practice the walk. After the dragon punch psycho ball cancel, initiate the walk. Keep doing this until you get an approximate feel for how many frames you can walk before she turns. Now here's a very useful trick to remember. If you timed everything right, Athena will be facing away from the opponent while traveling towards him after the hop. If you jump too soon or didn't walk far enough, she'll be facing the opponent and it won't work. Also, make sure that you don't do the peachy immediately after the hop. Hop forwards, go to neutral, and then press forward light kick. Don't go from up forward to forward. This version is very liberal with the timing, so simply walk forward, hop forward, and then you have plenty of time to A, notice whether she's facing the opponent or not while traveling towards him, and B, do the forward light kick even as late as when the last ricochet of the psycho ball connects with a dummy. If the peachy connects, but the opponent doesn't get flinged away from you, it means you got him locked in the combo, and all there's left to do is keep pressing forward light kick at consistent intervals. If you notice any anomalies with the engine physics, for example Athena violently jumping away from the dummy, or you feel as if the directions are reversed, it means you're on the right path. The game's confused, and that's exactly what we want. So all there's left to do is some minor adjustments. Again, heavy dragon punch canceled into X psycho ball, the double ricochet version. Hold forward, let Athena take a few steps. As soon as she starts facing the opposite direction, do a hop followed by a forward light kick. Make sure you go to neutral after the hop before pressing forward light kick. And make sure Athena is facing away from the dummy while traveling towards him. That's the confirmation that you did it right. And then do the forward light kick and the follow-ups. All of the peachy follow-ups can be canceled with quarter circle backwards kick, which will bring the action back to the ground where you can continue the combo any way you want. Best way to go is to cancel the ground kick part of the quarter circle backwards heavy kick into teleport. And from there you can proceed any way you see fit. Even do another dragon punch, X psycho ball cancel, vertical peachy glitch. You can also cancel any of the peaches into super.
Now, you're not always going to be able to get the double ricochet psycho ball to come out, especially when incorporating the peachy glitch into combos. So now we're going to learn the harder version of this technique that rectifies that. Okay, so let's start with the standing heavy kick close to the dummy, canceled into heavy dragon punch, canceled into X psycho ball. Now this is not going to give us a double ricochet. Therefore, we're not going to have the luxury of watching Athena flying through the air before connecting with the peachy. So you need to be swift and on point. After the X cycle ball, you start holding forward to initiate the walk as soon as the game will allow you to. Now the same principles apply. As soon as Athena turns around, you're going to need to hop forwards. However, this time, you're going to have to do the forward plus light kick immediately after the hop. So there's not going to be much time to look for confirmation. So go from up forward to forward and then light kick. The window of opportunity has been greatly reduced here, but if you master the training wheel version, this shouldn't be too hard to do, because the basic mechanics are the same. It's all in the timing of the hop. As soon as she turns around, you hop. If you do it enough times, and pay close attention to Athena's sprite, your eyes will adjust and you'll begin noticing the exact moment when she turns around. Alright, now let's try this in a couple of combos. Crouching light kick, slight pause, HD activation, heavy dragon punch cancelled into quarter circle backwards, X punch, hold forward, walk until Athena turns around, hop forward, and soon after do a forward plus light kick. Now do 5 or 6 follow-ups and cancel the last PEECHY into quarter circle backwards heavy kick. Now when the kick part of the quarter circle backwards heavy kick connects with the opponent, do a quarter circle forward light kick, which will initiate the teleport. Now do a light dragon punch cancelled into quarter circle backwards X punch. And now you simply repeat the process. Walk, hop when she turns around, PEECHY follow-ups. Now there's a lot of factors that will influence your position after the light teleport. Too many to mention, so let me give you a good rule of thumb to remember. If after the light teleport you find yourself at a big enough distance to initiate the walk, then just do the walk and hop when she turns around as per usual. However, if after the teleport you find yourself right in front of the opponent, there isn't going to be enough time to do the walk. In this case, what you're going to want to do is do the light dragon punch cancelled into half circle backwards X punch, the double ricochet technique, and then simply dash or walk forward till the second ricochet, and hop upwards and then do the forward plus light kick. So to recap, if there's enough distance between you and the dummy after the light teleport, just do a forward, down, forward light punch, cancelled into half circle backwards X punch, and then initiate the walk. If there isn't enough distance and you find yourself right in front of the opponent after the light teleport, you still do the forward, forward light punch cancelled into half circle backwards X punch, only this time, because of the shorter distance, this will result in a double ricochet. So walk forward until we catch up with the second ricochet, and then do a neutral hop and catch them with the forward plus light kick, and then do the follow-ups. Now, a couple of side notes here. After the double ricochet X cycle ball, you can initiate a run instead of a walk, and do the PEECHY glitch on the second ricochet. Same principle applies. Hop as soon as Athena starts facing the opposite direction. However, you're going to want to do an upwards hop instead of a forwards hop in this particular situation. You don't necessarily have to run either, it just looks cooler. But you can also hold forward after the X cycle ball and let Athena walk.
Alright guys, this is going to be it for today. I think I covered most, if not all of the most useful and interesting techniques. These combined with the KoF 13 trials will give you all the tools you need to come up with sick combos of your own. So get creative and most importantly have fun with it. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.